Well, you have seen that there might probably be a build-up for the India versus England Test series, but you want to know what is the name of the trophy, right? Initially, it was called the Pataudi Trophy, but now the India versus England Test series, or rather England versus India Test series, is gonna be called the Tendulkar-Anderson Trophy. Yes, that is the latest thing that we are getting from reports. The England and Wales Cricket Board have not yet commented upon this. But yes, the England versus India series, which will be beginning from June 20th, will be christened as the Tendulkar-Anderson Trophy. Now, it's been named after two of the greatest players that the country of India and England have produced. I mean, Sachin Tendulkar, not just an India great, but also one of the greatest ever cricketers in the history of the game, scoring 15,921 runs. And you have seen him score over 50 centuries. James Anderson, on the other hand, the only bowler, pace bowler when you look at it, to go past 700 test wickets. James Anderson, you have to also say, has gotten Sachin Tendulkar out 9 times in test matches. So indeed, it was a worthy contest between two of the greatest players that has ever graced test cricket in the cricketing arena. Sachin Tendulkar, the gold standard of batting. James Anderson, the gold standard of swing bowling. By the way, Sachin may have retired 12 years ago, but Anderson is still playing county cricket and he's really got the batters out on a hoop there at the county circuit, and that's why Jimmy Anderson will be honored with the trophy. Now, if you have to look at individuals after whom trophies are named in cricket, there are many such trophies. You know that there is the Sobers Tissera Trophy that was held between West Indies and Sri Lanka. The most prominent of them all, Border Gavaskar Trophy. India versus Australia, when you look at it, Border Gavaskar Trophy is the name that comes up. Initially, when you looked at it, West Indies versus England, that was initially the Wisden Trophy. Now it has changed to something else. New Zealand versus England, the Crow Thorpe Trophy. It is to honor Graham Thorpe and also to honor Martin Crowe, two of the best players from New Zealand and England who have played Test cricket at this point in time. So, when you look at the entire gambit of it, and also when you look at Australia Pakistan, Beno Kadir Trophy. And then in Sri Lanka, when you play Australia Sri Lanka, the Vaughan Muralidharan Trophy. So, in this sense, because we didn't have any particular name for the England versus India series, it's now going to be the Tendulkar Anderson Trophy. Remember, when England come to India, it is the Anthony De Mello Trophy. So, yes, because I think Kohli's test records aren't that great. A question that Harshit is asking me, why is it not named Kohli Anderson Trophy? Well, one, it can be mistaken that, okay, you're calling him Corey Anderson, then it does sound like that, Kohli Anderson. But Kohli's test records, when you have to compare it with Sachin Tendulkar's test records, aren't that great. Let's be very honest about it. Sachin, no trophies named after him, if you have to look at it. One of the greatest players, I don't have a trophy named after him. When you have one, when you're Muralidharan, why can't you name after Sachin Tendulkar? So, yes, England India series is really fitting in that sense because it will be James Anderson and Sachin Tendulkar with their names on the trophy. The Tendulkar-Anderson Trophy will now be contested from June 20th onwards between England and India. But remember, when England come to India, it will still remain Anthony De Mello Trophy. So, in that sense, this is going to be very interesting, and it adds a new twist in that sense. It's freaking awesome. Ganguly and Dravid's England test record is also pretty good. But overall, in the scope of cricket, I am telling you, Sachin, no one can beat Sachin in that sense. The GGK saying, doesn't Dravid have better stats in England than Sachin? Yes, he has. He has much better numbers than Sachin Tendulkar. But overall, when you look at it, please, you have to acknowledge in that sense. Kuldeep Sharan is saying, Chapel Hadley Trophy. Oh, yes, I forgot that also. Chapel Hadley Trophy that takes place between New Zealand and England. That is there. And Kiran Khatri, I'm not late. Okay, I just said it right now. Kuldeep Sharan. After BGT, India versus England will be SJT. Looking cool. I mean, it technically can't be. It will be the TJT, right? You're not going to fight for the BGT. It'll be TJT, Tendulkar, TAT, sorry, Tendulkar-Anderson Trophy. So in that sense, that's the way you're looking at it. So why leggies not prefer in Test cricket? Mohit Ranjan, different debate also. Sir. Gill press conference. Well, I've already done one particular thing because I have focused on one major thing that is there in the Gill press conference that happened, a Gambhir quote on RCB Stampede. So in that sense, you have to listen to that as well. That was the major talking point in there. But as far as the cricketing bit is concerned, nothing much has been said apart from certain things about Shubman Gill, about the playing 11, how they're going to cope up without Rohit Virat. Not much was said about it actually. So I'll just go there. Mohit Ranjan, why legend told you if you want to build name in world grade, give priority to test grade, matlab Pujara greater than Surya, etc. Indeed. Ganguly had scored 915 runs in just 9 tests on average 65.35. But yeah, again, bigger name, Sachin, Ramesh, Tendulkar. And that is why it's going to be really interesting. And I'll end this with the last comment. Sidvi, first hand prediction on Test Series and WC Test Championship. WTC final prediction. Australia. Series result 2-2. I think one test might be impacted by rain. So I think it's 2-2 in that. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live update. You could see the official unveiling of the Tendulkar-Anderson Trophy, which will start from June 20th onwards. So thank you so much, folks. Subscribe to Sports Today.